Well, Audrey, here we are in what was the original stall seats. Of course, now the bingo hall. And these are the original steps where I used to come down to play the organ with the money and the keys jingling in my pocket. And, of course, you used to come here with the ice cream tray.
We did indeed. Those were the days when the usherette, whatever you turned up for that day, you were on duty. You could be the sales girl, or you could be the girl on Thornton Road entrance or the Alhambra entrance for tearing tickets.
But can I ask you a very personal question? Isn't it true that in those days, if the young couples were kissing on the back line, sometimes the torch strayed rather out of focus?
When it used to get a little out of hand, yes, we did use the torch.
Happy days, aren't they? And happy memories. And
yes.
A number of times I've walked down here to play the old Wurlitzer, and it was even in the cinema that you were even charging me to get in to play.
It was indeed.
And that's
yes.
how we first met.
Indeed it was. So these steps will be what, over a 50, so we were coming what, 1948?
48 when you came, yes.
Yes.
And I first walked down these steps in 1930, 70 years ago. Oh dear, yes, I remember it well. Well, here we are, darling, in the front of the stalls, and that door there has some special significance for you, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. I've caught many a little sneaker coming in there. On a bright sunny day, the usherette would be on duty a little bit further back in the stalls. With a chink of light, the door opened, and they were caught red-handed. And please show me your ticket. And if they didn't have that ticket, they also didn't get in.
As bad as you letting me in the cinema, isn't it?
That's right, that's right.
And those are the original doors?
Yes,
yes.
I'll guarantee that they are the original doors where the people used to try and sneak in.
Oh, isn't it lovely, all those happy memories. My words.
Right, it's over to you now, Arnold, and your baby.
Yes. Well, through those doors, of course, there's a small room we're going to have a look at, and that's where the BBC used to bring their outside broadcast gear when we did a broadcast either live or recorded on the light programme or the home service. And we're going to go into the small room where the BBC used to bring all their outside broadcast gear, and when we were doing either a recording or a live broadcast on radio from the organ, and of course in the old days for the orchestra. If we look at the wall here, there's a little bit of plaster being put on, and that is exactly where the BBC lines used to go through to either Manchester or London, depending on which programme you were going on. And of course the engineers used to sit here with a loudspeaker, and everything that you played went out on the air. And of course they edited if there was any wrong notes when it was a recording, but if it was a live broadcast and you played a wrong note, too bad, it went out live. But those were very happy days, and this room of course brings many, many happy memories of those morning broadcasts and the evening recordings. Well, these steps are very many happy memories, and especially those pipes above my head, because I've bumped my head on those pipes many a time, because those are the steps we used to come down from the dressing room to come and switch on the organ down there, and then we used to go through a little cubby hole into the orchestra stalls and climb onto the organ, ready for rising on cue. And of course, there's a lovely story about 1946 or 7, I just forget the exact year, but when it was the great floods of Bradford, and I came in to do the evening interlude, and nobody told me that there was 2 feet of water. So me, in my evening dress, dashed down these steps to play the interlude and found myself almost swimming in 3 feet of water here, and I had to go up to the operating box and take all my clothes off and put a temporary dressing gown on and dry my evening dress over the lamps. And that was the day when the organ survived, because only the lift was flooded, the organ escaped, but all the electrical gear went under the water. Happy days they were, but I wouldn't like to go through that again. Well, as Victor Meldrew would said, I don't believe it. We've found the passage where I actually used to come to go through to play the organ. That little door is where the organ console was, just round the corner, and here on the wall is where we used to have to put this up and switch the organ on and put it up gently, and if you didn't switch it on properly it would kick you and throw you back. And then we used to go through there, climb there to the right, and then press the button, and up we go and play the organ to the 3,316 people all waiting eagerly. Well, I always hoped they were anyway, to hear the organ interlude. Well, sitting here has many, many happy memories for me, really, because approximately in this spot is where I would sit on the organ when it was risen from the pit, and my back would be to the audience. But sitting here and looking out, see the stalls, the old stalls, 1,200 seats, and then, of course, what isn't here anymore will be the spotlight coming from the operating box, which is now where Odeon 1 and 2 are, and of course further still in the roof, the balcony. And we used to play sing-alongs. The slides would be on the screen, which was approximately 12 or 15 foot back from here, and then behind there was a huge stage where you could put productions on them, where the likes of Geely, Paul Robeson and Paul Anker, all of those people came, Guy Mitchell, Bill Haley and the Comets, and Arthur Field and the Boston Pops. Oh, you could go on and on, the famous people who performed on the stage here when it was the New Vic and the Gaumont Theatre. But to me, happy memories of sitting there playing the organ to the 3,316 people, singing away to the songs they knew so well, and also of sitting there and doing the broadcasts either on the Light programme or the old North of England home services. Yes, as I said earlier on when I was talking to Audrey and we were walking down the steps, this place is full of memories, and I'm sure it's full of memories to many, many people who have visited this theatre since the 1930s.
He's definitely one of the old fellas there. So we're going to say goodbye.
We're going to say goodbye, happy memories, and the number of times we walked up and down these steps, darling, isn't it?
Oh, don't start breaking down now.
Oh, no, I
yes,
won't.
Very fond memories.
It is very fond memories.
No ballroom.
No ballroom, no restaurant, no little cafe.
No lake.
All those memories. And no usherette to say, can I have your ticket, sir? You're not coming without a ticket. So I can say, well, if you don't let me in without a ticket, you play the organ.
A long, long time ago, but
yes.
Very, very fond memories.
Very happy memories.
Yes.
Let's take a walk out, darling, before it finally closes.